So let's look at the dominator relation in more detail. Recall that node D dominates node N in a graph if and only if every path from the start node to that reaches N goes through D. And also we said that the dominator relation is reflexive, which means a node dominates itself. Alright, and we write D dom N to indicate that D dominates N. Alright, and if I say node dominates itself, that's same as saying N dom N. Alright, so we understand what's a dominator relation. We also looked at an example to understand what it means in the context of a control flow graph. I'm going to define an other relation, and that's called immediate dominance, and that's derived from the dominance relation. And the idea is that we want to figure out what is the node that immediately dominates a node N. So there are many nodes that may dominate a node N. There are many nodes that must be traversed through on every path, but there will be a single node that's the immediate dominator. All right, and what is the immediate dominator? I mean, intuitively, it is the last node in the flow of the program that dominates this node, and not without being equal, right? So the immediate dominator relation is not reflexive. All right, so let's see. Node D immediately dominates node N in a graph written D I dom N if and only if D dominates N, D is not equal to N, and there does not exist another node M such that M is different from both N and D, and D dominates M and M dominates N. So in other words, a node D immediately dominates node N if there exists no other node, no third node, such that D dominates that node and that node dominates N. So there's nothing in between D and N in terms of the dominator relation. So this is the this is the tightest domination relation for N, and so that's why it's called the immediate dominator. So once again, node D immediately dominates node N in a graph. If D dominates N, so it needs to dominate, but then there are extra conditions. Firstly, it should not be equal. Recall that dominator is a reflexive relation. I dom is not a reflexive relation, so D cannot be equal to N, and there does not exist another node such that there's transitivity. That means D dominates that node and that node dominates N. There should not be such a node. Only then we can say that D immediately dominates N. Alright, so let's look at this example to understand what is the immediate dominance relation. So if I say what is the immediate dominator of N, recall that there were many nodes that were dominating N. So there was B1 that was dominating N, there was B4 that was dominating N. But if I say what is the immediate dominator of N, is B1 an immediate dominator of N? Answer is no, because B1 dominates B4 and B4 dominates N, and so there exists an intermediate node that that has transitivity with respect to the dominator relation, and so we are not going to say that B1 does not dominate N, right? So let me just write that down. B1 does not, but B1 does not immediately dominate N, does not I dom N. Okay. Does B2 immediately dominate N? The answer is no, because B2 doesn't even dominate N. So forget about immediately. It doesn't even dominate N because exist paths which can reach N without going through B2. So B2 does not dominate N. Similarly, B3 does not dominate N. And so B3 does not immediately dominate N either. Does B4 immediately dominate N? So firstly, we have to ask the question, does B4 dominate N? The answer is yes. Is B4 not equal to N? The answer is yes. Does there exist a node such that B4 dominates that node and that node dominates N? Well, I can't really find any such node, right? So I mean, if I just look at all the other nodes, no such node satisfies the condition that B4 dominates that node and that node dominates N. For example, if I look at B1, B1 dominates N, but B4 doesn't dominate B1, all right? So the answer is that B4 immediately dominates N. So the immediate dominator of N is B4. Now, what is the immediate dominator of B3? Now, we know that B1 dominates B3, and actually there is no other node that dominates B3 in this particular control flow graph, and so it also satisfies the other two relations. It's not equal to, and there does not exist any other node that dominates B3 and is dominated by B1. Similarly, B1 immediately dominates B2. So B1 immediately dominates B3, B1 immediately dominates B4. What about B4? Which node immediately dominates B4? Now, does B2 immediately dominate B4? The answer is no, because B2 doesn't even dominate B4. because there exist paths from the start to B4 which do not go through B2. Similarly, does B3 dominate B4? The answer is no, because there exist paths that go to B4 that do not even go through B3. Does B1 immediately dominate B4? The answer is, let's see, B1 dominates B4, true. B1 is not equal to B4, true. Does there exist a node such that B1 dominates that node and that node dominates B4? So let's look at B2. B1 dominates B2, right? But does B2 dominate B4? No, right? Similarly for B3. And so the immediate dominator of B4 is B1, okay? Because there is no other node such that B1 dominates that node and that node dominates B4. B2 and B3 do not satisfy that property, and so the immediate dominator of B4 is actually B1. It's an interesting fact that immediate dominance relationships form a tree, right? So if I was just, I had to draw a graph where I draw, where each CFG node is a node in the new graph, and then I draw an edge from one node to the other, if and only if I draw an edge from node N1 to node N2, if and only if N1 immediately dominates N2. And if I draw such a graph, I'm going to end up with a tree, and we can see that in this particular example as well. And this is a convenient representation, because now if I want to say, check whether something dominates something, I can just check whether it's reachable in this tree or not.